from Los Angeles, California. We are the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Hello there, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name is Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has his pants and underwear in the fridge as leftovers and is currently dousing his boner in gravy. That's Jeff Clark.
Call that the moist maker.
And transmitting to us from the inside of a giant cornucopia, the bearded booger-eating pilgrim known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, prat, prat.
Yeah, baby.
Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. Hope no aliens or supernatural beings got either of your bananas.
Nope, nobody dan-to-dan'd my banana.
No, my banana's intact. It's on my body, and I even have a couple of them in the kitchen.
Neither of you guys nor Draven really prepared me for what Dan to Dan was.
Shuddy Boy, why is your video feed suddenly a Game Boy?
I have no idea what's going on. I'm having internet issues over here, it appears.
Yeah.
Am I at least coming through sound-wise all right? Okay.
Kind of.
There's at least that.
But, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, did I just robot?
Yeah, it's like we're connected to the International Space Station.
Yeah,
You're in orbit.
your video feed is kind of more like a slideshow than a video. But
Man,
anyway,
what an
now,
awesome Parker portrait. That's fucking cool, man.
Thank you.
yeah, that's
Sharon
dope.
gave that to me as an early birthday present on Thanksgiving.
What a wonderful gift.
Yeah, she didn't want to just bill it as a Thanksgiving present.
Nope. And this is actually Parker right here.
Oh, that's kind of dark.
You got him cremated.
Yes. Yeah.
Shut up, Kevin. That's lovely. How much did that cost? Did you do it yourself? Because that'd be pretty metal.
It was $170.
Oh, I can do that. Is that like based on size? Could I get Little Mama for like $50?
No, I don't think so. Because I went to when my first sugar glider died. They asked me if I wanted her cremated, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to have a fucking funeral for her." And they were like, "Well, if you want her ashes back, I think it was the same price. Like it'll be $170. Otherwise, it'll be like we'll charge you $20, and we'll throw her and a whole bunch of other animals in together, and then we
scatter. A mass cremation.
Yeah, they like scatter their ashes out in the ocean. So they say. She's probably in a fucking dumpster. But I was like, look, I can't spend $175 to cremate essentially a fucking chicken nugget by itself. I'm like, you can mix her in with everybody else's pets. That's okay.
So that's sort of the same thing that they wanted with Ruby the ferret. They wanted $150 to cremate her and give me the ashes back. So I just brought her home and she's buried in the backyard.
Oh dang!
But
hopefully it's not a pet
Ruby
cemetery.
The ferret was teeny tiny. Like she was a 3-pound ferret. Like she wasn't bit. Yeah. Parker was a 50-pound chocolate lab pit bull. He wasn't going in a mass grave. And I was shocked that it was only $170.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Having him home has helped a lot. I'm still sad, but not nearly as sad as I was when he wasn't here.
The good thing you have, Shuddy, is you've got other dogs to spread the love to. When Razor died and left Gizmo behind, I just, gave Gizmo like 13 trillion times more attention, and that helped out a lot. But then when Gizmo died, I literally thought I was in the process of dying when I was throwing his cage out and throwing his stuff out.
I don't know how you didn't go out and get some sort of other pet, because I had to, it started out as a joke when Parker got sick that, well, good thing I named him after after Spider-Man, because Spider-Man has a couple of clones, so I can just get Chocolate Lab pit mixes and I still have a few names to go through and it'd be like his clone. But at first I really considered it, and then I decided that to do exactly what you said, just give all the attention to these two now instead of bringing a fucking puppy into the house right before Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah,
right before snowboard season.
It's a big help, but I would say, when your other dogs start getting a little older, maybe that's the time to get another puppy.
Oh, for sure. Because just the reality of her being a bigger dog, that MJ somewhere here in the next few years, it's going to be her time. But because Miles is a fucking chihuahua, I've probably got 18 more years with him.
Yeah.
And I just don't see myself being okay just spending my time with a surly chihuahua, senior citizen chihuahua.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
well,
I do one more thing. No, I was moving on from the depressing talk. So if you have another point
What's
to make, I just wanted to apologize to the Puminati member that I sort of met on Saturday, but kind of like shrugged off.
Oh, did you fucking shuddy big time somebody out in public, out in the wild?
I didn't mean to. I felt bad immediately, but Sharon, Kay, and I were out doing Christmas shopping on Saturday, and we went to Panera. And when our order was called, I went up to get it, and as I was walking past the other people waiting for their food, I just heard somebody go, "Shuddy," with like you could hear the question mark at the end. And I turned around face to face with this dude who he could very easily tell I did not recognize him, because I was like, he's like, Puminati. And I was like, "Oh, what's up?" And I shook his hand, and then I got my food and walked away. And then as I was eating, I'm like, I really should have talked to him more. So I tried to rush through eating, but they left before I was done. So
well, you should have just, right when you realized that, stopped eating, gone over and signed his bread bowl.
So hit me up on Instagram. I feel really bad. I've been feeling guilty since Saturday.
Slide into my DMs and I'll send you a dick pic.
That I didn't even ask him his name. I was just like, "Oh, hey, cool. How are you?" Shook his hand, grabbed my French dipper and my creamy chicken and rice, and went back to the table.
Hey, it doesn't happen often. Sometimes it catches you off guard, and you're just like, "Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. I got to go." Bye.
That's exactly what happened. Like I said to Sharon, other than the Misfits concert, I have not been recognized unless I was being dragged by your coattails somewhere. Like when I'm in tow behind you, I expect it. But at the Panera in Quakertown on a Saturday afternoon, it was very blindsiding. I didn't even know Puminati lived in the area.
Let alone eat at Pantera Bread. Yeah.
I wonder what he got.
Well, you're a giant douche, Shuddy. Anyway.
Thanks.
Happy Cyber Monday, fellas. You guys,
Happy Cyber Monday.
You want a cyber? You remember
Nobody calls it that anymore, right? Like that's not a
no.
The zeitgeist has moved past that term.
People still got to do it though, right? Like I remember just back in the early days, like my grandma one year got like a computer for downstairs with a subscription to Prodigy, like pre-AOL. And I used to go on there when I was really little, and I figured out how to navigate message boards and stuff, and I would post a lot in like fucking Simpsons fan groups and stuff. And then was like, when I was little, like, not much changed. I was always just thinking about like chicks, like how can I meet girls? Well, maybe there'll be girls there. Are there any girls I could talk to? So of course I get on the internet and I'm like, all right, well, how do I find some fucking ladies? Not realizing how weird it is to be essentially fucking like 9 years old, cruising the internet for chicks. It's a pretty dangerous subspace.
Yeah,
I mean,
very dangerous.
It was probably exponentially safer back then than it is for kids now.
I don't know, man.
Yes.
I think even
cell
back
phones
then,
took
like-
a few years to figure out the game.
when I was 9, and the first thing that popped into my head was like, I'm going to go and cruise for some chicks. I'm sure the first pedophile that got Prodigy was like, ooh, I'm going to cruise this place for kids.
Well, I'm saying the saturation of pedophiles on the internet is higher now, and
I have a feeling those guys move quick.
To children is easier. Like now, instead of just Prodigy, and that was really it at the time, right? Prodigy, and then AOL came.
I think so. There might have been one other one that I was forgetting, but
You
would go into those.
Now, we are completely normal adults. And how many social media apps do you have on your phone?
Too
many. We are not completely normal adults.
Well, I meant in the context of this conversation, we are completely normal adults.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
If you would like to be considered a pedophile, Jeff, that is on you, buddy.
No,
but I would like to go on the record that we are completely normal adults. Okay?
Hold on. I'm going to go on the record with a braver take, and that's pedophilia should be punishable by death. I want to go that strong with it. All right.
Sounds like somebody protests too much.
I was just going to push back and be like, well, the fact that we're even having this conversation kind of proves how abnormal we are. But I was just going to let it die. Then you're like, well,
I mean, going into like, I made some fucking like pen pals and stuff when I was going on Prodigy and stuff, and like I gave my fucking home address out to girls, and they gave me theirs, and we like wrote letters to each other, and like I sent this one girl and we were sending each other like our school pictures. And you would like get that whole sheet, and you could just like snip ones off, and just I like mailed this girl. I was just like trying to meet chicks. And yeah, you'd be in those chat rooms and somebody would pop up and be like, ASL? Anyone want to cyber?
Yep.
Who wants to cyber? And like, I don't know, man. I never had the imagination for that. Like, I just feel, because it feels so fucking stupid that like, I don't know. I've even like had girlfriends that were like, hey, you're out of town this week. You want to like have phone sex? And I was just like, oh God, here we go. Like, all right, I'll give this a whirl. I'm honking your boobie. And they're like, you know what? I'll see you when you get back.
But you've never sexed with a woman?
Not in the whole like let's just make believe that I'm fucking playing with your vag. It all feels so fucking stupid to me. It's like we're gonna be in each other's presence again soon. Let's just fuck for real. Rather than me risk saying something stupid.
We've gone way too far on this quick little side tangent.
Shuddy froze at the exact right face. I'm just being like,
oh, good.
Oh,
mouth open, right? Good, awesome.
Ready for a big fat.
I don't know what to say or how the Puminati feel. So,
well, how about this?
I agree with Kevin.
Did you guys get any like online deals? Any Black Friday / Cyber Monday?
No, because
No, I did on
I
Black Friday. Yeah.
still I still have no idea what to really get anyone.
I mean,
I
my sister's birthday's in 2 days.
generally
I got to get her something fucking today.
somebody else's birthday is in 23 days. Just saying.
Yeah, Jesus.
Hmm.
Um,
There's someone more important in my life than Jesus that was born 23 days from now.
I got
Um.
on Black Friday. I got like a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog game for like dirt cheap, and then
Oh, so
this is
you did Christmas shopping on Black Friday.
I don't know what this guy's saying.
It
I
was
got
sarcasm. You bought stuff for yourself on Black Friday.
yeah. Well, I just I don't know. I'm still having a hard time think if it was me, I'm buying a present for. I'm a pretty easy person to shop for. You just get me nerdy things, but I mean I'm struggling to find something to get my sister. I mean, especially now that she's 7 months pregnant. I can't like get her a bottle of wine. I can't be like, hey, here's a ticket to Six Flags. Go enjoy a roller coaster.
You can get her a bottle of wine to celebrate after the baby's born.
Yeah, but then she's breastfeeding, and you can't drink when you're breastfeeding. So, I don't know. I will be going on Amazon and just scrolling around until something jumps out and be like, all right, that's
I
something
think she's going to
Joy would
stop
like.
breastfeeding at some point.
Well, Jesus Christ, Shuddy. If you're going to be a slideshow, shoot me a text. Give me a heads up. You frightened me. Oh, look, you're moving again. It does kind of look like you're in the middle of shaving your beard.
I don't know what's going on. It says I have full connection.
You're straight up frozen. Well, anyway.
Yeah, it's like you're on tape delay.
This was how I know that I'm officially middle-aged and there's really no going back. My Cyber Monday purchase was a subscription to CoQ10 to keep my cholesterol down. I saw they were having a sweet deal on CoQ10. And then there were, Shuddy just made me the host. Are you just fearing the inevitable of your internet shitting its pants? I'll take that as a yes.
This is internet shits its pants.
Tell Draven to just lay off the hentai for like an hour and a half.
We lost Shuddy.
Oh, yeah. Yep, he's gone. All right, well, yeah. He's going to reset the router. All right, Shuddy Boy's off on a mission. How was your?
I wish him well.
How was your Thanksgiving, Jeff?
It was pretty good actually. The spread was amazing. It was pretty low key. Didn't go to my brother's girlfriend's family's house this time around. We just kicked it at my place.
So was it you and Cheech and your lady?
Me, bitch ass Paul as well.
Oh yeah.
My brother and his girlfriend came over in the morning and afternoon, and then they went to her family and Tia Sonia's house. Excuse me. For like the nighttime move, which is obviously different than American Thanksgiving. They don't do turkey at all. They do ribs, or at least they did ribs this past year. My brother said the ribs were fucking bomb. But my Thanksgiving was fucking awesome. Like everything came out really well. We didn't get the Popeyes turkey this year. I waited too long before going to pick it up. I went Monday and they were sold out. They told me the nearest Popeyes with turkeys was in Compton. Yeah. So I was like, fuck this.
I saw somebody post on Facebook. It was one of those like viral posts, but they got one of the Popeye chickens. And that when they cooked it, they was like, man, these motherfuckers sold me a straight up frog. Like all the meat shriveled up and it was just this bony, like Kermit the Frog looking fucking chicken or turkey.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm happy. Oh, go ahead, Shuddy.
Sorry. It was it was a Daily Mirror fucking web page that had 8 million things fucking running, bogging
Oh,
everything
you and your
down.
gossip sites, Shuddy.
It was for Shuddy Boy's fucking news, buddy. It was show related.
Not this show, buddy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, Jeff, what was your backup plan after you struck out on Popeyes and their Thanksgiving turkey?
I just went to the store, bought one. We seasoned it. My lady made like some Cajun seasoning. We didn't end up going with the Tony Struthers plan that the Shuddy has. Is that his name?
Colin Mockery?
Tony Shashery.
Tony Shashery. No, we just we seasoned it. My girlfriend seasoned it, and we cooked it like normal. But it was actually better than the Popeyes turkey was last year. It was fucking great.
Nice.
My brother.
So since you waited too long to get a turkey at Popeyes and they were out, is it kind of like when you go to get a Christmas tree on Christmas Eve where they're only like these Charlie Brown looking turkeys left, or was there a good selection?
Oh, I got a 10-pound turkey and it came out good. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the grocery store on Saturday and they still had a shit ton of turkeys.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I feel like
because people also make turkey for Christmas. Some fucking psychopaths make turkey for Christmas. You know, the Griswolds made a turkey for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like enough people in Southern California, or just generally speaking, like buy their turkeys in the beginning of the week. So like, why wouldn't they have them in stock?
Fair enough.
But I guess, perhaps I was lucky to procrastinate so long on my turkey, on buying the turkey. But my brother made Cheech made mac and cheese. My brother did cornbread stuffing with sausage. My lady did mashed potatoes and the turkey, and then Cheech and a dessert, which I just snack attacked, and I'm going to put on Patreon here in a few minutes. It was an apple pecan cheesecake.
Oh yeah, you sent me a picture of that. That looked fucking epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fucking spectacular.
That's how you cyber in 2024 when you're middle aged.
Yeah, just food pics.
Oh, it's a fucking pie cheesecake hybrid. Who wants to cyber?
But dude, so my brother, I felt so bad for him, but Cheech ate a very potent weed gummy and was just fucking knocked out. He didn't even really eat Thanksgiving dinner.
How many milligrams was this gummy?
So I gave it to him. It was like thrown in like as like an extra for one of the big marijuana purchases that I made recently. And I thought it was unmarked. And I didn't really give him a disclaimer. Like I didn't think they put the milligrams on there. I didn't give him a disclaimer, and he ate the whole thing. And I told him, I was like, shit, man, I don't even know how much that was. I thought it was 50. He was like, no, it's at 100. I was like, well, oh, you ate 100 milligram like gummy? Like he'll when he eats gummies, like, I don't know, once every month he'll eat one. He'll eat half of a 10 milligram one.
He's not a daily
he's
THC ingester. So 100 milligrams out of the blue, that'll fuck you up. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It looked like he was in a fucking coma. Like he could not move. He just had like a plate of food on his lap.
I saw the picture on his Instagram.
He would like wake up and like take a bite like every 10 minutes. And like he would like be sleeping and chewing. So I felt pretty bad for him. But otherwise, like Thanksgiving was awesome for me.
Nice. And Shuddy, everything went well at your hosting of a large Thanksgiving?
There's a running joke about how long into the holiday gathering it is before I have a meltdown. Uh,
How long did you make it this year?
the whole time there
Oh
were
wow.
zero freakouts.
Did you also eat a
What's
100
the
milligram gummy?
No. But while I was cleaning up Thursday, doing final cleanup of the house, like sweeping and vacuuming on Thursday morning, I was drinking mimosas. So that could be the key.
Although if you have
It's just
one mimosa too many, you're gonna start beating people up.
well, I had two. Oh, good. I'm glad. That was tequila. That wasn't fucking prosecco. Um, but things went smoothly. Turkey was done on time, which is always a big deal. Is that dinner's not ready on time? That's usually what sends me into a spiral. So went without a hitch,
Nice.
which was awesome.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, since we're talking about Thanksgiving so early, and most of that day now, especially now that there are three of them, that day is a football holiday.
Oh,
So after you tell us how your Thanksgiving in St. James was, then we can go into the pick them. How was San Diego?
it was good. My nana flew out, so it's always good seeing her. That's kind of like our tradition. She flies out to San Diego, and we watched a lot of movies. So remember how I told you guys one year it was raining the whole time in San Diego, so we just stayed indoors, and she was like, let's watch a Marvel movie. And we put on Doctor Strange. She loved it. She was like, are there more of him? And I was like, well, he's in an Avengers movie. She's like, all right, put that one on. And then Infinity War ends with Thanos winning, doing the snap, everybody evaporates. She stood up out of her seat, pointed at the TV, and went, what? How? And started flipping out. I'm like, well, there is a second one of this. She's like, well, put it on. So we watched like 7 hours of Marvel in one day. I don't know how it came up, but this time she was like, I want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. So we watched it. She loved it and was like, put on the next one. So we did a Guardians of the Galaxy marathon.
Did you do all three or just
All three.
the
And then they watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special without me when I was like showering and getting ready. So I missed out on that one with them. But I did get dragged to see Wicked.
Okay. Diego doesn't mean James before anybody corrects me on the internet. I was incorrect. I said that with such confidence, but I was not correct.
You just fucking shuddied yourself. A self-shuddy.
I
Those are rare.
did. I said it with a lot of confidence, and then I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. And then I confirmed that it was not correct. But you could not get out of going to see Wicked.
I mean, I could have, but everybody was going, and, I'll do stuff for my family that I wouldn't normally do, like go in a cold plunge. So I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'll go see Wicked with everybody. And yeah, those
pretty good?
those movies are not for me.
No.
They're not for me. Everybody loved it, but that 2 hours and 40 minutes felt like a 12-hour fucking marathon. That was tough. That was a tough watch. I mean, apparently, if musicals are your thing, people are just letting the giz fly all over the place. People are loving it, but
Were people singing in the theater?
no, thank God. And I would have fucking booed them. I was 100% prepared to start booing. Bad enough I got to sit through a musical. I don't want some fucking fart knocker sitting next to me belting along with it like it's goddamn karaoke night. But yeah, I mean, we also did watch like ahead of time because my cousin's fiance was like, well, we should also watch fucking the first Wizard of Oz. Well, not the first one, but the one that everybody knows of. And put that on. I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and that is a fucking timeless movie. The Wizard of Oz is really a great fucking movie.
It is.
And then I knew, I was like, this. I even remember seeing the commercials for Wicked when I was a kid, and they made my blood boil. I don't know why, but they were so annoying. And just, there were maybe like 2 songs that had some catchy parts. Out of the 15 million fucking songs in this movie, my God, they got to sing about fucking everything. I just took a shit, wiping my butt. Now I am flushing. Oh no, there's a second poop. I'm gonna shit that out right now.
Did you see Wonka?
I did.
Was there more singing than in Wonka?
I think so, yeah.
Because Wonka seemed to have an obscene amount of singing. So.
Wonka, for some reason, didn't offend me as much. It was just
Is that the one with Chalamet?
Yeah. I thought that one was that was fine. Like, it wasn't torture to get through. It wasn't a blast. It wasn't a joy. But it didn't make me want to claw my eardrums out. But there were, you know, I'll give credit where credit's due. There were a couple moments of 2 of the 5 million songs that were kind of catchy. Everything else was just... I mean, that movie clearly wasn't fucking made for me, so who gives a shit what I think? If you like musicals, this will 100% be your jam. But the good part was I got to add a little... I was like, I will go and see Wicked with you guys, but we got to go to Benihana for dinner afterwards.
All right, so you were able to leverage a quid pro quo.
Yes.
Okay.
And I ended up with some delicious Benihana, which was wonderful. But I did also go to the Roar and Snore Safari Sleepover, which right out the gate, I will tell you, I was given some fake news. There were not free-roaming animals where we were sleeping. I did sleep in a zoo. I 100% slept in a fucking zoo.
But you were in a fenced-off area away from them.
Yeah.
Is that essentially?
Pretty much, yeah. And it's one overnight. And it was way more structured than I thought it would be. I kind of thought, like, we're camping out, you know, we're going to get an after-hours guided tour of the place, fuck around a little bit, and then just, you know, chill by the campfire. You know, I brought my fucking Switch because I'm a 5-year-old. I downloaded a couple of movies on my iPad, and it was very, very structured. So you get in there, you check in, they take all your stuff over. They serve you dinner, buffet style. And then they take you on a guided walking tour. And my poor Nana, who is 86 years old, will agree to do anything. She always has been a gamer. She's like, oh, we're going to go and do something new? Fuck yeah, let's do it. We're going to go camp overnight at a zoo? Whatever, let's go. And there was so much walking. I mean, not like an absurd amount, but 13,000 steps in a day is a lot for an 86-year-old woman. And, you know, she handled it well. I gave her my arm for the whole time. I walked with her. But it was kind of cool getting walked around the zoo at night. But one thing about nighttime is it's fucking dark. So she's like, do you see those like white blobs off in the distance? Those are elephants. And we're all just like, okay. All right, I'll take your word for it. I guess I saw an elephant. We did get to see a tiger cub sleeping on its back and like running in its dream. And I guess tigers can't see the color red, so she had a red flashlight to light this bastard up so we could see it without waking it up. That was kind of cool.
Whose idea was this? Who brought the idea to the table without giving everybody all the information?
So this couple that my aunt and uncle are friends with have done it a couple of times and they love it. And they threw it out there like, hey, we're going to go and do this. And it got pitched to me as, well, Nana wants to go, so would you guys want to go? And, you know, Carl and I agreed. But apparently it was kind of like a rope-a-dope. Like, everybody was told the same thing. Like, my Nana was told, hey, Kevin wants to go. Would you do this? She's like, okay.
I like that. That's fucking awesome.
So it turns out there's like the San Diego Zoo in San Diego proper. This one's about 40 minutes north, and it's mostly kind of like a wildlife conservation place. So it's I think it has like 1,800 acres. It's fucking enormous, and they have all these species that are on the brink of extinction. So they have some species of animals that there's like less of 200 of left on the earth, and they've got like 6 of them just out there. So they do have these massive habitats where they're trying to bring these animals back. So it's not like your typical zoo. And all the money spent at that place goes into like keeping it operational and feeding all the animals and stuff. So that was cool. I was glad to be a part of that element of it. But once we got done with the walking tour, they essentially like brought us over to the campfire. They gave everybody ingredients to make some s'mores, and then they were like, "Lights out is at 10:30 because we're waking everybody up at 6:30 a.m." And I was a little salty learning that last minute. That kind of sucked. So I ate a fistful of gummies. Not as much as Cheech, but I ate a bunch of gummies. And it was me and Carl and my cousin and her fiance in one tent. And my aunt and grandma got the pricier version so they could sleep in a heated tent with cots. The couple...
You were on the ground?
Yeah.
You brought sleeping bags, is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So the couple whose idea it was, this was their third time going, and they decided to splurge and get a private tent that has a fucking queen-size bed and mattress. So when we got to the tent, and here I can show you what these tents looked like. Oh shit, what did I just do? No, you fuck off. I don't want you open. This is... Oh, ball sacks. Hold on. I'm relearning how to do this. Screen. Share screen. There we go. Okay. This was the inside of the tent. Oh, no. Oh, no. What's happening here?
I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I don't either. Hold on. Old Man Craft is figuring out technology.
Can you flip your license around so everyone on the internet can see where you live? Is it still in Poop Slime Alley?
I think, yeah, that was my old license. Oh, damn it. Sorry, everybody. I'm a fucking big fat idiot. But don't you worry.
Big boy.
I'm figuring this out. Hold on. All right, this is open. This is open. Okay. Screen share. Now let's see if it just fucking stays on one picture, if it starts flopping around. Okay. This is the inside of the tent. So it's a little bit more diesel than your typical tent. But
it's all wasted space.
For the most part, yeah. So what happened was my cousin and her fiance, they were like, I guess when you buy a like space in there, like if it was like, say, me and Carl, and we wanted to go to this roar and snore thing again, we get a sleep on the floor tent. I think it maxes out at like 4 or 6 people, but they don't fill it. So the 4 of us bought that tent, and rather than sell 2 more extra tickets and put 2 fucking perfect strangers in there sleeping with us, they just block it off for your group. So my aunt and Nana, they got the heated tent that had 2 cots and then 2 sets of bunk beds. So they could fit 6 people in there. And they were like, why are you guys going to bother sleeping on the floor? Come and sleep on the cot in this heated tent. But I'm also well aware of the horrific snoring that comes out of my aunt and my Nana. Like, you won't believe the fucking sounds that come out of this tiny little fucking 86-year-old lady. It's like stumbling upon a hibernating bear.
Like Shutty in Vegas?
Yeah. Like, I was like, I cannot deal with this. I can't camp, try to sleep through camping, and sleep through her snoring. Like, it's got to be one or the other. I made the mistake one time where I had to share a room with 2 twin beds with my Nana one time, and her snoring was so unbearable. I just got up and slept on the couch and left the room. So Carl and I opted to just, we'll tough it out. We will deal with the cold. We'll sleep on the floor. But my cousin and her fiance were like, we're going to take you guys up on it. So we got that room to ourselves. And let me see here. This is what the whole area looked like. All these different tents, all just built on cement, permanent fixtures. And, it's all canvas. So we had to, we couldn't even just like go back to our tent and bullshit, because then we would be waking everybody up. So we get back there around like 11:30. We stayed at the fire longer than everybody else. Pretty much everybody there had kids except for our group. And the second they were like, all right, it's 10:30, everybody bounced except me and my family. And they essentially have to have fucking babysitters. So we're all just hanging out by the fire, laughing and telling stories. And there's an employee just standing off, just staring at us, which felt a little strange. And I guess by their rules, at midnight, they have to douse the fire. So it's basically your cutoff is midnight, being officially sent to bed. So Carl and I get back to our tent. We get everything prepped, laying down, and all I could hear was the lion roaring. And it kind of started doing it when we first got to our tents around like 7 o'clock at night. And you just hear this motherfucker let out this like, and then he turned into the cowardly lion from Wizard of Oz. He started going like, and then he would go, so of course everybody looks at each other and we're like, oh, that lion out there is fucking. But we soon learned he was not fucking, because he has already. He might have been. He might have been like fucking a lion fleshlight, because they said he's already done all of his breeding. So he's just separated from the chicks. So there was nobody for this lion to be going to the bone zone with. But at midnight, when we're lying down going to sleep, he repeated this thing every 5 minutes, where he would like let out 1 or 2 good straight up lion roars, do the cowardly lion with the and then sound like he's jerking off and go, and I was like, oh my God, is this really how this night is going to go? Every 5 minutes, the cycle repeated. Yeah, this fucking tongue darting, jacking off lion.
How long did that go on for? All night?
I did manage to fall asleep, but in the morning I heard one of the staffers saying that the lion was doing that until 4 a.m. But it got cold. It got down to like 45 degrees. So I was waking up pretty much every hour and then fighting to fall back asleep because my face would get all cold, and I would just wrap a blanket around it. But every time I woke up, there was a new animal making noises, and I couldn't even identify him. There was like, obviously once it started getting closer to 6 a.m., there were a whole medley of birds making all sorts of strange noises. But there were things I couldn't even identify. It sounded like people were shooting laser guns at each other. I'm like, all right, I don't know what the fuck this thing is.
And you didn't record any of them?
No, I tried to. I got my phone out, and I got like the tail end of the line going, ew, 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 ew. But every time I went for my phone, I fucking missed it. Let me see if... Yeah, this is like the tail end after the lion, from what I was thinking, busted a nut. And was just like, nap, tired. I don't even know if this is going to go through. That was
I hear absolutely nothing.
Well, I think it got picked up on the recording, but Zoom sucks with fucking sharing audio.
How far away were the tents from the animals?
Not that far. It was all pretty close. I mean, they were saying that you can hear a lion from, I think, 2 miles away. but it was obviously way fucking closer than that. It was pretty beautiful though. I mean, the property was cool. Like after the next morning, we got put on a tram to get driven around. So we got to see, you know, some endangered rhinos, a whole bunch of endangered things. They all took dumps in front of us. That was really cool. Oh wait, here, I want to show you this picture. I took this cool picture at night. Like this is kind of like the view you got outside the tents. It was pretty dope. But it was one of those things where
that is pretty.
I don't think I need to fucking do that ever again in my life. I don't know why that couple.
You should make it a yearly thing. Do it again next Thanksgiving.
No.
Do it as a baby moon when you and Carl have your first kid.
No. I will do none of those things. I don't ever want to go back there because it was kind of like if you could just sort of risky business it and just, you know, I don't really feel like going to bed at midnight. I want to just walk around the fucking zoo. They had all these things set up where like this is the boundary of the roar and snore. You can't go past this. So by the time, you know, they wake you up, they serve you breakfast, and then you pack up all your shit, they take it to the car for you, and then you go out on this, you know, this tour on a little fucking drivey cart. And, you know, you saw some giraffes, got to see some cool stuff up close, and, you know, then you're just done. It was kind of over in the blink of an eye. The worst part of it was just trying to sleep in that freezing-ass cold with a cold face and all these weird fucking chickens making laser noises outside my tent.
But was it better than the Six Flags Great Adventure Safari?
I never did the Six Flags Safari.
How the fuck did you grow up in New Jersey and never do the Six Flags Safari?
Because all I gave a shit about were the roller coasters. I can see pictures.
Yeah, that checks out. I would have never done the safari either.
I was like, oh, this place doesn't have any rides? Hard pass. Do not care. I did find out, though, because when we were at Benihana, post-Wicked, and everybody was talking about how much they loved it, my aunt was very pissed off that it was a split movie. So my cousin has seen Wicked live, and I was like, all right, well, how long is the play? She was like, basically how long that movie was. And I was like, so how the fuck did they make this movie?
Because it's based on a book.
Yeah, but she said they didn't really incorporate any stuff from the book in it. So they were all like,
maybe the second one does.
Like, when's the second one coming out? When's the second one coming out? And we looked it up, and it's scheduled to come out exactly 1 year apart. So next year, it also is going to debut the weekend before Thanksgiving. So that just became next year's plan. I got to fucking see Wicked 2.
Want to come to my place and watch football instead?
Yeah, why don't you fly back east?
Wicked 2 is probably still going to be shorter than a football game.
No.
100% will be.
Not by much, though.
That's
Not
true.
by much.
It could be
Not
close.
by much.
Wicked 1 was what? You said 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Yeah.
And a football game is 3 hours. So it's 20 minutes difference. And one is arguably way better than the other.
I would not make any argument that Wicked is better than football.
No, I'm arguing that football is better than Wicked. So the extra 20 minutes is a good thing.
You get to see Ariana Grande in skimpy outfits. You don't get to see that in football.
Sure, but they have cheerleaders.
Yeah, but they never show them. Like, we know what you guys want. Man ass in HD.
Bill was telling me Ariana Grande could end up winning Best Supporting Actress. Even though she doesn't do anything besides sing.
Well, I mean, there are parts where there is no singing. Where you do have to act. I mean, the acting was good. It was just like, you know, that's not my thing. Which is fine. The people who are Wicked is their thing, man, they are fucking loving it. I mean, you don't really see what's-his-face, Jeff Goldblum, until the very, very end, and he's only got a small part. Michelle Yeoh.
Is he the wizard?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, is he going to be a lot in the second movie a lot more?
I'd imagine so.
Well, better hope, right? You like Jeff Goldblum, and you're going to see next year's. You're going to see Wicked 2 next year. So
Ugh, yeah. Fucking shit, man.
was
Things I
Carl
do.
part of that?
No, no, she
Oh
wasn't.
man,
She wasn't there the whole time, so she got to dodge that bullet.
she didn't
Yeah,
want to see Wicked.
you
No,
should have just gone home when Carl did.
I should have. Man, did you guys see that this year on social media, everybody is calling stuffing butthole bread?
Nope.
Nope.
There were all
I
these.
have never.
I thought you were going to say dressing. I was like, I've heard that for years.
Yeah, butthole bread though. No, I don't understand what your social media algorithms are, Kevin.
I don't know,
I don't.
man. I saw a bunch of just like these cartoons, like they were from like a newspaper, but just like these little comics of somebody like reaching into the cooked turkey's ass and be like, "Who wants some more butthole bread?"
I mean, that sounds like something that should be on your algorithm, though.
That's
Are you
true.
going to start calling stuffing butthole bread?
I might. I pitched it to the family. It didn't catch on.
You should tell them you're not going to go see Wicked 2 next year unless they start calling stuffing butthole bread.
Yeah, pass the butthole bread.
Yeah, if you just say it like a bunch of times, it'll grow on people. It's kind of like how I say clituation, and you guys are every now and then you'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I hear butthole bread, the more I do enjoy it.
Yeah,
The more
I
I'm
kinda
like,
it.
I really wish Kevin would have dropped this nugget on us, by last Wednesday when we met up, but so I could have used it on Thursday. Now
I
I've
know,
got
I
to
didn't-
keep it tucked away in my back pocket and hope I remember in a year to call it butthole bread.
I only saw it on Thanksgiving, so
Like
I couldn't give you guys the heads up.
I don't foresee a time between now and Thanksgiving where I have stuffing and can call it butthole bread.
You can make it for Christmas. It could be a Griswold.
Yeah, except I do prime rib on Christmas. Fuck turkey. If turkey wasn't the traditional food of Thanksgiving, we would have something else.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I'm not opposed to turkey. There's just, when it comes to holiday food, I think prime rib, a prime rib roast is far superior.
Prime rib is fucking wonderful.
Yeah, compared to a turkey, fuck, give me a prime rib.
Oh, for sure. I don't know anyone who would argue with you on that. Kevin, it looks like you want to make a pro turkey over prime rib argument.
No, I mean, I do love turkey, and my aunt fucking crushes it every year at Thanksgiving, but prime rib is absolutely wonderful. I fucking love prime rib.
Yeah.
You're not going to trick me into slandering it.
I had a delicious prime rib at a Long Beach steakhouse like maybe 6 months ago. I have prime rib like once or twice a year, and it's just wonderful. I'm still thinking about the prime rib.
Still jacking off thinking about it.
Yeah. I'm going to have fucking fillets this Thursday. Fillets and scallops that my lady's making. I can't wait for that.
Damn, that is a hell of a surf and turf.
It is.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
Do you
we
guys?
had
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the night before Thanksgiving, we had ribeyes that were just phenomenal as well.
Hell yeah.
I've been eating good lately. I've been really packing on the winter weight. I'm gonna have to do some gym grinding soon.
Has your ass officially thrown fucking Thanksgiving Hadoukens at your toilet?
Oh yeah, I've lit that motherfucker up. Went through at least 3 rolls since Thanksgiving. Myself.
No, man, I had a pretty gnarly doo doo in San Diego. It was one of those ones where like,
And that's why it's called Brown Friday, fellas. That's why it's called Brown Friday.
have you ever had one of those poos where it's like, it kind of feels like you're pooping out a branch, and then you get to a part where there's like a knot on it. You're like, ow! Like one part gets like a little bit thicker than the rest of the turd, and it's like you're having contractions.
Yeah, it's like a shit nut.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really think I know what you're talking about, but it's fun hearing you talk about
Shuddy, you're just
it.
gonna fucking hang me out to dry as well?
I want to meet you halfway and be on your side. I just don't fully know what you're saying.
I will say it's not often, but I don't know, maybe like 3 times a year when you're pooping, and then all of a sudden, like as the turd is doing its thing, it's just like, why is this getting bigger? Why is this getting wider? Ow!
I will say the only thing I can contribute to this conversation currently is I played Poop Chicken yesterday,
Oh, no.
and
How'd you do? Did you win?
I won. But like, I think the buildup and the clogging, it led me to. I seriously had to wipe like for 20 minutes.
I hate when that happens. It's like, is there like a brown crayon sticking out of my ass? How are there still remnants?
Dude, oh man, I flushed like 4 times. Like, I pretty much used the whole roll. It was gross.
Shuddy, have you have you noticed any spikes in Brown Friday searches in Long Beach?
I pooped them.
No, there was not any. There has not been any updated Brown Friday news since last week. It's all pre-Thanksgiving. So sadly, nothing in Shuddy Boy's fucking news later about any Brown Friday incidents.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's a Shuddy Boys fucking news, which happens every week on our bonus Patreon podcast that we do. So if you're looking to get your friends at Mad Scientist Party Hour a Christmas present, just go to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour and sign up, and we'll give you a present too. Endless wonderful content.
Lots of good jokes.
Oh yeah. Every now and then you get behind the paywall appropriate stories that we can't necessarily belt out here. So check it out. Let's see. By the way, I do have to. We're recording a tiny bit earlier today. Can't do the normal marathon show that we usually do because I am bolting after the show with Carl to go to Los Feliz for the Mess Hall Film Festival. Tonight is the second to last date. I am going to go again on Wednesday the 4th, and I'll be going with my buddy Caleb Fuller, the great Caleb Fuller, a.k.a. K. He also directed a short that my buddy Andy wrote, and we're just doing these last 2 shows with a banger. Like Carl is bringing a couple of her friends, and then Kay is bringing a whole massive crew on Wednesday. So I'm going to go... Anybody who's an LA local, I will be there these last 2 nights. And then a week from today, which is December 9th, for those keeping score at home, you can come see The Second Coming of John Cooper in theater as part of the Culver City Film Festival. That's next Monday the 9th at 7:30 p.m., the Regal LA Live in downtown Los Angeles. There are links all over my socials. If you go to the link in my bio on Instagram, there's links there. I have links on my Facebook. There's links posted up on Twitter, Threads, wherever you're socialing, wherever you're bitching into the void, there's a link there. So I would love to see anybody who can pull it off, who lives in Southern California. I'll be there with a whole bunch of the cast and crew, and I would love to meet some of you wonderful Puminati and sit with you and watch this movie with you guys in theater like I always fucking wanted it to be. This is your chance.
Make sure you're more personable when they come and say hi to you than I was.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you're not going to big time them like Shuddy, right?
No, I'm expecting some stranger danger, so anybody who I've never met before and you're like, hey, Puminati, I'll get down and I'll tug on your nutsack in front of everybody.
Shuddy, like, yeah, whatever. I got a broccoli and cheddar soup to eat right now.
I was just gonna say, in my defense, I was fucking starving. Like all when the name got called, and all that was on my mind was getting my food, my Mountain Dew, and getting back to the table.
Hey, Shuddy boy! Hey, fuck off! I'm hungry.
It's Shuddy. Oh, my order ready? Oh, this fucking guy. Are you You have to buy tickets ahead of time before on the link, or
Yeah.
can I just get some that night?
I think you got to buy them ahead of time.
Okay.
And
I'll
like,
have to buy mine tonight.
Yeah, you better. How shitty, Jeff, if you can't get in because you didn't buy your ticket on time.
It would be pretty sweet though if
That
it
would
was sold
be.
out. I was
That is
like,
true.
that would be a great problem to have. It would be a bummer for Jeff not to be there, but is bitch ass Paul going?
I'm not sure if Cheech is going. Paul gave some weird fucking response, and I can't read my full response to his response.
Say no
In
more.
front of the paywall.
Say no more.
Or even behind the paywall, honestly. But he said, I was like, hey, you want to come to Kevin's movie screening Monday? No, December 9th, 7:30. I asked him November 25th, and he said, maybe too far out for me to commit, definitely. And I said, LOL, it's a Monday in 2 weeks. Blank word I can't say. So
maybe
definitely be me and Cheech.
Maybe Rich will go. Maybe Jeff Lee will go. But I know I will be there. So if it is physically possible, come on out, Puminati. I need as many butts and seats as possible. So please come out. Every additional person that shows up makes the movie look that much cooler. And when you're trying to find a buyer, trying to get this thing sold, trying to get it out to the masses, when it's in a festival, if it performs better than the other ones, and they're like, wait a second, look at this one block selling way more than the other ones, that will get us attention and make us stand out, because there's a lot of films in this one, even more than at Kevin Smith's festival. So
it will be the most fun you have seeing a film in 2024.
Dare I say it's better than Wicked?
I haven't even seen Wicked, and I will say it is significantly better than Wicked.
Yeah. But man, I was dealing with a whole bunch of shit, so like it's kind of like been a little stressful dealing with this festival because, you know, for a movie to play in a theater, you need to get a DCP made. Back in the day, you used to just have to get like a big, gigantic fucking spool of film, but now things can be done digitally. They can be done on a hard drive, and I have a hard drive of a DCP of the movie that we used on the premiere in LA. And like, I could tell these people really want to like funnel money to some other things, so like, even to just, I was like, I have a DCP in my hand right now. Is there an address I can come and drop it off? And they're like, why don't you just upload it? Just digitally upload it. And then it's like, it needs to be in all of these stats, and it's all fucking gibberish to me. And it costs $80 to upload it. And like, I uploaded it a couple of weeks ago, just because I want to get ahead of things in case there's any problems and any fires erupt, I can put them out. And they never responded. They were like, well, you know, we'll let you know if there's any problems, if everything goes along smoothly and you're good to go. Nothing from them. So I was emailing them today before the show, and they're like, well, it passed the initial ingestion, but I will give you a word later if it any other problems. And I'm like, dude, it's in a week. It's in a week. If this thing doesn't fucking work, I don't really have, you're not giving me enough time to get you guys a new DCP. So like, it's been a little frustrating dealing with all of this. So on top of everything else, just like the fucking stress of it, and there's all these hidden costs now. So shout out to everybody who's bought a poster, because that's really helping me out pay for all this stuff. And this is just one festival, you know. I'm trying to get into a whole bunch more. So this could just be an ongoing fucking headache. But I'm really trying. I know it's frustrating for people that don't live in LA or New Jersey who really want to see it. You know, just in the process of trying to get this sold, we're just getting fucking stonewalled by people. Like, we've reached out to sales reps, and they're like, nah, we're not even going to waste our time trying to sell an R-rated comedy because nobody wants those. So it's fucking tough, but I'm grinding. I'm doing everything I can to get in as many festivals as possible to make this movie look enticing to buyers so I can get it out to the masses.
We should create $100 tier on Patreon, and that's where it can live.
Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of fucking subscribers to make that budget back. Hey. But shout out to everybody who got a poster so far. That's been very, very, very
And if you
helpful.
don't have a poster, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you can
Pretty sick,
order
right?
one on Etsy.com. What's your store, Kevin?
Etsy.com/shop/John Cooper movie. You know, it's already fucking December. If you want these as Christmas presents, you got to get them in quick.
They're great Christmas presents.
They really are. If you're having,
I mean,
if
if
you're
you have
stumped for the Puminati member in your life,
Yeah,
stump
someone
no
who
more.
likes horse masks or blow-up dolls or marijuana.
It's got something for everybody.
Something for everybody on this. Yeah, you know?
Kevin,
Yeah.
can you remember to bring me the Second Coming of John Cooper poster to your premiere?
Yes. Yeah.
Or not premiere,
Jeff,
to your screening.
Right over Jeff's left shoulder, there's a perfect blank spot on the wall for it
I
where the
know.
lamp used to be.
Look at that.
I forgot to. Yeah, there is no lamp there anymore. I did. I forgot to get it last time I was at your house, Kevin. My apologies.
I know. We keep fucking forgetting.
Going back to the short film thing, it's at the mess hall, right? 6:00, both Monday and Wednesday.
Yes. I'm sure by the time everybody
All right.
hears this, it'll probably be too late to go if you didn't already have plans.
I think Jeff was asking for himself, though.
Oh.
Yeah. My lady is sick tonight, but I might be able to make it out Wednesday night with her. So I'm just trying to figure out what the deal is. Make sure I'm on the same page.
All right. Cool. I mean, not only do you get to see the short film that I directed, but there's 8 other ones, and they're fucking good. They're really fucking good.
Awesome.
Yeah, happy to be in
I
good
like
company.
the homie K. I want to see him again.
Yeah, I mean, Andy, he wrote Seven, he wrote The Killer, he wrote Sleepy Hollow, wrote The Wolfman, and he wrote this short, and Kay got to direct it, and it's fucking sick. It's really fucking good. But we do have a few more things to check off the list before we head off to Patreon land, and that includes NFL Pick Them! Pick Them!
The thing I'm least excited to talk about.
Oh, no.
Really? Because this is the first time since week 6 that you had a winning record, Jeff.
Are you fucking serious? I don't remember it that way. Okay, awesome.
However, you were still last place.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
well, that adds up.
What's the suck telling?
Maybe that's why I didn't look at this week as an accomplishment.
Parmesan poop.
But it is the first time since week 6 of the NFL season that you have a winning record. So good job.
Thanks.
Kevin came in second in an unusual turn of events this week,
Fuck.
with me having the highest record at 6-1.
Well, much like queef or no queef, you're fucking watching ahead, Shuddy.
The only team to keep me from getting a perfect record this week is the New York Football Giants.
Did we all pick that?
Yep.
No, you picked the Cowboys.
Yeah. Eat my
So
shit.
you got that one. But in the first game, you and Jeff picked the Chargers, who lost to the Ravens.
Boo.
Then in the next game, Jeff and I picked the Lions, who beat the Bears.
So the fucking Ravens just spit roasted me, huh?
Well, no, yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, they totally did.
Then, Kevin, as I said, you picked the Cowboys, who were the winners over the Giants.
Hell yeah.
We all picked the Packers to be victorious over the Dolphins. We also all picked the Queefs to eke it out, to win over the Las Vegas Raiders.
Did they queef?
They did, but only barely.
Hey,
Yeah, they
I'll
got
take it.
so lucky, dude. They had no business winning that fucking game.
They lost by 2 points on a call that should have not gone their way. Then,
I'll take it. I'll take a
as
win.
Jeff said, the dick coming from the rear now from the Ravens as they lost to the Eagles yesterday, which you and I both picked. And then all three of us picked the Bills to be victorious over the 69ers.
And what happened there?
The Bills won.
Nice. So what was my record?
Bills fucking boat raced them last night.
Jeff was 4-3, bringing his season tally to 34-42. You were 5-2, bringing your season tally to 46-33. And me, I went 6-1. Now a game ahead of you, Kevin, at 47-32.
Fucking cheating ass shuddy.
So this week's slate of games we have, which is going to be an awful game tonight, the Cleveland Browns against the Denver Broncos. I'm going to take the Broncos.
I'm going to take the Browns because I think they will accidentally win in their attempts to lose. Just fucking letting Shuddy Boy fucking piss in my ass.
Well, I'm going to let Shuddy Boy piss in my ass, too. I'll go with the Browns with you, buddy.
We're going to go to Browntown together?
Yeah, I'm just a rookie quarterback in his first game ever on Monday Night Football. The Browns still got a good defense. They could actually just throw in the towel on this season, but I think Jameis Winston keeps them amped up.
They beat the Steelers last weekend.
Yeah, but that's usually a big this would be like a letdown game, would be the old adage or the old spot theory on that. Plus you had extra time to rest, which in theory is like, well, that's good. Gives them more time to prepare, but it's also like they're a team whose season's over. They know it's over, so they might just not come back from the extended break. So that's a concern, but I like the Browns just because of the matchup.
Then we have the Green Bay Fudge Packers against the Detroit Lions. I am taking the Packers because I need the Lions to lose.
Well, I'm going to take the Lions because I need them to win.
I need them for the Eagles to have a chance at first place. The Lions need to start losing. That's why I'm going against them.
Man, I consistently pick Packer games wrong, so this is trouble for you, Shuddy, but I'll take the Packers too. I think they outplayed the Lions in the stats, even though they lost by 10 last time. They beat them in Detroit last year on Thanksgiving, so
that's why
they're playing really well.
Too.
All right.
Use that
the
same
New
reasoning.
Orleans Taints against the New York Football Giants.
Taints.
Yeah,
I'm also taking the Taints.
I'm on the Taints too. The Giants, they've given up on the season. They actually have. We sent our best player to the IR today. It's over. It's fucking over. I'm very nervous that I have a micro grundle.
Then we've got the Cleveland Browns on Sunday facing the Pittsburgh Steelers in a rivalry game.
Jeff has a question.
Can I take it back? Can I go with the Giants?
Of course. This is not a finger off the chest piece situation until...
Situation. I mean, clituation.
Situation.
I gotta gain ground, and I would hate myself even more than I already do if the Giants won and I didn't pick them.
All right, then the Cleveland Brown Eyes against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'll pick the Steelers.
As will I.
You posers.
Then we've got
posers.
The Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Carolina Panthers. I'm taking the Eagles.
I'll take the Eagles as well.
Yeah, same. Son of a bitch.
Hey, man, I really thought you were going to go with the Panthers there. It's kind of counting on it.
Then we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
God, I'll let you two pick first.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, after you guys said that they almost queefed themselves to death and barely won, I think they are going to lose this one. So I'm going to go with the Los Angeles electric car Chargers.
I mean, what am I? All right, I'll take the Chiefs. Jesus Christ. I want to take the Chargers, but I got to gain ground, and I'm fading you two with the fucking reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
I mean, should we let Jeff pick first going forward?
I mean,
or is that even worse?
No, that's worse.
I mean, it's not going to change. It's not going to ever change my pick based on who he picks. I understand his wanting to gain ground, but I almost see it as sometimes you're more likely to lose ground by not going with us than you are to gain ground.
Okay. Is that the last pick then?
That is the last one.
That's how I feel too, Kevin. Okay.
Sorry. That didn't make sense. But like, if you think the Chargers are going to win this game, you should pick the Chargers instead of picking the Chiefs just to pick differently than us.
Well, Shuddy, if you've listened to my podcast or have paid attention to the NFL pick them, I have no idea what's going to fucking happen, actually. I know. I think I know, but it's better at this point with 5 weeks remaining for me to fade, actually, you guys. That's the only way I can gain ground.
And like, when you make your pick thems, there's like the spread, right?
Yeah.
Do people? I think I'm about to ask a really stupid question. Are there any bookies?
We can only hope.
Are there any bookies that don't do the spread and you just pick to win, or does it have to be the spread?
Every one of them. You can just bet the money line if you want.
But
in the case of the Eagles,
most people bet the ones with the spread.
Yeah, because the spread is a minus 110 line. So, for example, if you wanted to bet the Eagles against the Panthers this week, it's minus 650 for just the money line, just to pick them to win, which means you have to bet $650 to win 100. Or the spread, you bet they're favored by 12, which is minus 110. So you bet $110 to win 100, but they got to win by 13 or more points. So you're risking a lot less. And obviously there's a lot less certainty, but like, obviously it sucks more to lose $650 than it is to lose $110.
Yeah, I think I'll just go watch Wicked.
Okay. On that note.
Well, on that note, got to keep this episode somewhat brief because I do have to head out to the film festival. And what the fuck, Jeff?
You blew it. You got to keep the episode somewhat queef.
Somewhat
instead of brief.
Oh,
queef.
Well, we're keeping it queef over here, and
we always do.
That might have to be the case next week as well, because that is the screening of The Second Coming of John Cooper. I got to get there a little bit early.
That will be the case next week. Definitely next week. We will be doing a trim show.
Yeah, we'll try and start a little bit earlier so we can give a little more. But
not if I have my say.
Yeah, I do have to get to downtown LA a little bit early, and I have a feeling next week is going to be a fucking hectic one. It's just going to be hectic until New Year's. So, thank you guys all so much for listening. And like we mentioned before, if you would like to show myself, Jeff, and Shuddy a little bit of love this season, just go to patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour, sign up, and get yourself some super fun content. We've got a lot of stuff scheduled to post until the end of the year. Myself and Jeff just did a Dragon Ball queef on Dan to Dan, which, dude, I brought my fucking iPad with me and just watched the episode 9 that dropped on Thursday at my aunt's place in San Diego, because she doesn't have Netflix. But man, I am all in on that show. It is fucking awesome.
When Draven and I watched the first episode the other night, and that line came up, I lost my shit. When she says, "I'll let you nibble my teats, boy, if you let me gobble your dong."
Yeah, there's some weird shit.
That was fairly early on in the first episode. I was like, what the fuck? And it's a good show.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we try to do. Every episode of Dragon Ball Queef, we're not going to do something that's just like your generic run-of-the-mill anime. There's got to be something extra weird to really get, Jeff's attention, who's not an anime fan. We got to get some meat on that bone, and it's got to be weird meat. And next episode that we're recording at some point this month is the one that Alex Wilson recommended, which is a bunch of buxom babes on rafts using their asses and boobs to knock other girls in bikinis off their raft. That is an entire fucking anime. And that'll be our next one. So you cannot hear that unless you are on our Patreon. So check it out.
And I'm going to be on that one. Is that still the case?
I would fucking love for you to be on that one, Shuddy.
All right, cool. Couple of things from me. Another way to help us this holiday season is also by helping you get your Christmas shopping done. Go to imallgone.com/collections/MSPH and get your Puminati merch.
Oh, yeah.
For the Puminati in your life.
You could be a stylish-looking motherfucker in front of all your friends and family. Wearing some gear with poop on it.
I don't want to make any commitments for Gone clothing that he doesn't know, that Chris doesn't know I'm making, but he does ship quickly. So if the sooner you order, the sooner you get it, to make sure that it's there by Christmas. You could be sitting at Christmas dinner at your grandma's wearing a MSPH putty.
And next to her wearing her putty.
Drinking, holding your beer in a poozy.
Yeah, you can also grab your grandma's poozy. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, that turn of phrase is a little...
But I do recommend getting some merch.
Yeah, get some merch.
I also...
Be stylish, available in multiple colors.
I also recommend listening to Jeff's other podcast, Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark.
Yep, NFL Week 14... hitting the final stretch of the NFL season. I really need to get hot to get my record above 500. I'm 5 games below in the circa million. I guess I'm doing better than the MSPH pick them though. So, but still really grinding and putting in the work. So I'm expecting the results to turn around for me. Gotten some bad luck this year, but whatever. Just going to keep plugging away, but subscribe, rate, and review. Outkick Bets, Jeff Clark.
And if you need any more reason to subscribe to the Patreon, the one and only Trevor Goober, Clint from John Cooper, is going to be a guest on the next episode of What the Fuck Did I Just Watch, which we're recording tomorrow. And it will be 2014's Zombievers that we will be watching.
Yeah, that's a movie that's got some treats. I watched that.
Some nugs, if you will.
There are. Jeff does see tit, and there's some crazy shit in that movie. It is a fun, campy B horror movie.
The great Pudini rated that twice as high as you did on Letterboxd.
I think that's on Pudini's Mount Rushmore. I think that's in his top 4 on Letterboxd. I could be wrong, but Pudini and Dom are like kindred spirits with their love of shit movies.
The last line of Pudini's review is, "I'm so glad and honored to finally put this Blu-ray in my collection."
I forget what I watched it on. It might be on Prime.
It is on Prime. It is streaming on Prime, Pluto TV, Tubi.
There you go. Get some Zombievers, get some What the Fuck Did I Just Watch goodness, get some Trevor Goober goodness all up in you. That'll be Trevor's MSPH Pooniverse debut.
I know, and it is the first real guest that Dom and I are having on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch. Like, we've had guests, but they've all been people that we've had, had long friendships with. Like they're people
Yeah.
we know fairly well, not somebody that's only cursory, vaguely associated with the Puminati orbit.
Yeah, and Trevor's gonna crush it. I fucking love that dude.
Trevor, I had so much fun hanging out with him at the premiere that I'm not worried about it, other than I am not going to have the crutch of Kevin Kraft, the interviewer, to lean on. I'm going to have to do the heavy lifting.
Well, luckily you have Zombievers to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would like to watch these videos, watch these episodes, minus the Easter egg. If you only watch the show on YouTube, you're usually missing out on about like 10 to 20 minutes of extra content after the show. But you can go to youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour and subscribe and like and all that stuff. Just makes us look a little bit cooler for every one of you that interacts with us over there. You can also see the pictures from my goofy fucking safari sleepover that I suffered through. And again, if you would like to help me out with scoring yourself a John Cooper poster, etsy.com/shop/John Cooper movie. I'll sign it. I'll get it sent out to you. They will arrive before Christmas if you get your orders in quickly. So get ahead of that now, and then that all helps me get this in more festivals and will help me get this movie finally fucking sold once and for all. And then everybody can see it. Oh, boy. I think we covered it all, didn't we?
I think so.
All right. Well, let's shard our pants and get the fuck out of here. Thank you for listening, everybody. But until next time, something.